Hey everybody, welcome back to the athletic department. I'm Jenna Cordes, she, her, and I'm here with my lovely co-host,
Kennedy Carter, she, her.
And today we have Vivian Frieson. Did I say it?
Frieson.
I still Frenchified it, even after we had rehearsal. Okay, cool.
Love that though. It's beautiful.
So, Vivian, you are, from what I can see, athlete, former basketball player, designer, a podcast host yourself, You, Me, and Them, and we're just so excited to have you here because you are all over our threads talking about basketball.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. Thank you guys for having me. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun today. But yeah, I love to talk basketball. I unfortunately don't have enough time to talk about it more. So I've kind of just like dug in on just like, only talking Storm for the time being because I can't keep up with all of the games. It's already hard enough keeping up with all the Storm games,
It's really hard.
Yeah.
No, because Google has the thing you could actually add all of the games automatically as a calendar. It's
overwhelming.
I would never.
I tried and I had to turn them off. I only have Valks, Liberty, and Storm.
What?
Okay.
You left the Sparks out?
I got you for that.
Clip that. No.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's get into it for our D1s and our listeners and hear more about you. If you could kind of tell us about your history and experience, especially with basketball.
Yeah.
We'd love. Yeah.
For sure. So I'm from Seattle. Well, technically I'm from Bremerton.
Okay.
Little known small place across the water. And I moved over to Seattle in high school. I started playing AAU over here, though. And I went to Garfield High School. We won a state championship. So that was a lot of fun. Actually, it's so funny. I actually just ran into one of the Paris sisters.
Okay.
Courtney and Ashley Paris. They had a lot of records and really great players. And I was just telling her, like, I remember you. You guys were undefeated at home. And we came down and played you guys and beat you at home. And she was like, oh, I never forget that game.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was crazy. So played for Garfield, went to Gonzaga, played there from 2006 to 2010. Graduated from there and was drafted to the no longer in existence Tulsa Shock, who had only just recently moved from Detroit at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So that franchise is moving and grooving. And then played overseas for a couple years, decided to call it quits and went on into coaching. I coached at Gonzaga and then had a very brief stint at Oregon. Kelly Graves took the job from Gonzaga and went over to Oregon. And I went with him as video assistant,
Okay. Cool.
like doing all the scouting and putting those things together. And then I got an offer from Seattle U actually as an assistant coach. So I was literally at Oregon for a month. Kelly always jokes, Kelly Graves, the head coach at Oregon, he always jokes like, you're the only person I know that's recruited for 3 schools in one summer.
Oh my God.
That's so much.
Yeah.
Wow, we got a room full of overachievers.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, but whoa, that resume.
Put me in
Yeah.
coach.
I know. I think we need to break down. Okay, so Tulsa Shock. Were you drafted then with Skylar? Wasn't that her first?
No, Skylar I think was drafted the year after me.
Okay, all
yeah.
right. But I'm like, I'm in the same region. Okay, wow.
So the hallmark moment of that year that people will probably remember is that is the year that Marion Jones went into the WNBA. So we were at training camps together, which is crazy because I grew up idolizing her.
Yeah.
As like a track athlete. So getting
we
to
talked
like
about that Sports Illustrated cover
Yes.
that was iconic.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's insane.
Literally one of the nicest people I've ever met. Like, I have nothing but good things to say about her. I just feel so bad about, like, obviously all of the stuff that's probably never gonna, like, she'll never get away from, but whatever. Like, so yeah, that was the big thing. And also, like, Liz Cambage was supposed to come over and never ended up coming over to play for the Tulsa Shock. So, that was also happening that year. So it was interesting for sure.
Whoa. And then what countries overseas?
First I went to Sweden and then I went to Australia.
How was that experience, especially as a woman of color?
Yeah, Sweden actually was. I'm actually shocked at how much I love Sweden. my team was made up of a lot of like immigrants, you know, like their families had immigrated there. So, you know, I had a couple of players that were from Africa. I had a Bosnian, I had a Serbian on my team, you know, like I even had a teammate who was from Nicaragua and all of that kind of stuff. So it was really interesting because it was like probably the most diverse team I'd ever played on.
Yeah.
And we only had like 2 like actual like Swedish girls that were like, you know, their families were from Sweden, they're descendants of Sweden. So that was really interesting. Australia was great. I loved Australia too. I had an Australian teammate in college, and I always say like Australians are some of the funniest people I've ever met, and they're just always like balls to the wall. So I love that about them.
Are you laughing because of me?
A little bit. Australians really flock to Kennedy.
I'm kind of anti-Australia. It's only because they put their hands in my hair wherever I am in the world. So I'm real. That was why. Sorry, that question just came out. I had to ask immediately. How's your experience? Because I want to know the Australia experience. But I'm happy to hear that.
I didn't have that experience.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good for Australia.
Hold on.
Oh.
Because, you know, when they say all the things that can kill you live in Australia.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
it's
never
terrifying.
go there. No.
It's terrifying. I was ending the night one night and I had a huntsman spider the size of my hand in my room.
Yeah. Nope.
And my poor teammate, Michaela from New Zealand, never knew peace after that. Every time we came home, okay, I need you to check under my bed, check my closet.
I'm Michaela. Yes.
I'm not going in my room until I know it's got the all clear from you.
Yeah, tough.
And you checked it?
No. Oh. She checked it for me.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. Okay. I am not Michaela. I'm you.
No.
I am not checking. Oh, okay.
I was like, if you don't come in here and check it, I'm gonna come sleep in your room.
Yeah.
It's
where
shockingly
I know I'm safe.
large. I went to Bali and saw one in my room and it's almost like a third, you know, it's a guest at that point.
Yeah.
It's large.
And they're all like, oh, you know, they eat the bugs, they're harmless. And I'm like, I don't.
Isn't there a flying season of them? They're flying around.
That's a subset.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know about that one, but I'm like, I'm not coming home to like the huntsman like, hey, come to bed.
Yeah. It's so scary. That's like
you know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is
I'm not
that
keeping
is
that. I don't want it.
Oh my god.
How do that like overseas leagues like work? Like how long is it? How long is like the season? Like does it differ from place to place? I don't know too much about it, to be honest.
Yeah. It does. It varies depending on the league itself. So like there are like Euro League teams. So like those are teams that compete from other countries and they're usually like the top ranking in their individual country. And like that's like with the Euro League is within those competitions that you will also have in the home country that the team is from. And then like it just depends on where you are. Like some go longer, which is why the WNBA started implementing the rule that you have to like report to WNBA at a certain time.
Yeah.
Because those seasons are starting to get longer and longer as the popularity of women's basketball grows, even in these other countries. So it's been really interesting to kind of like see how that like can affect players. And a lot of players don't want to sully their name internationally because of the fact that like that's for a lot of them, their moneymaker.
Right.
Totally.
You know, like they're paying a lot more over there.
It's like Julie Van Loo getting waived while she basically won for Belgium the Euro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was devastating.
That was
I have
so
no
crazy.
part in it, but it was devastating.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an interesting perspective though. Yeah, and the timing. Can they do anything easy for us? No.
Yeah.
Wait, I do want to hop back to college real quick for Zags. Did you guys go to Sweet 16 during your time? Or
Yes.
That's a great college program.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Like,
yeah. I actually was a part of many firsts at Gonzaga. I had a really great career there. My freshman year, we went to our first NCAA tournament.
That's awesome.
We played against Middle Tennessee State at Stanford, and Alicia Clark was on the team, and they like beat us by like 40. Okay. It was like we were playing against 7 people. And I'm not saying like the refs were helping them. It's just like they were all over the place. They were killing us on the press so bad. So we quickly learned that we needed to like elevate our game.
Okay.
And then my sophomore year, we got our first postseason win, but that was not in the NCAA tournament.
Okay.
It was the WNIT.
Okay.
And then my junior's next after sophomore. Yeah, my junior year. Sorry, you know.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we all have jobs. We just love basketball.
Right. My junior year, we got our first NCAA win. So we went on to the second round, but we ended up losing there. And then my senior year is when we went to the Sweet 16. So it was amazing. We got to our first ever Sweet 16. And then the next year, I played with Courtney for 3 years. The next year, Courtney and the team, they ended up making it to the Elite Eight. So it was so cool to like be a part of that gradual progression and like
the program kept advancing. Yeah.
Yes. And like seeing the real world impact of like how our team showed up in community and like them being excited about us and all that kind of stuff, and going from like having like 30 people in that arena to like selling out games, and having students like being like, the student section for the women's game suck, we need to be in a different place. But it's like, well, we already have season ticket holders who are in all the other seats, so what do you want us to do, you know?
Wow.
But it was cool seeing it grow.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And look, a little salute for you.
Like, I know.
You a salute fan?
She's a Newark basketball fan, so I think I get excited for her with like the players. I'm like, oh look, you know? Like,
yeah, because to me it's like I really just like, it's like I just came into basketball consciousness. Like,
yeah.
So then I'm trying to piece together, where have people come from? It's like I started watching season 7 of a hit show, like not understanding the connections, you know?
So when we're like, yeah, the thing that happened with Julie Van Loo, you're like, wait, run it back. What season did that happen in? What episode was that? So I can catch up, right?
Exactly,
like, yeah.
Yep.
I feel that.
And she's on board. You know, I think Unrivaled really pushed, especially your player knowledge.
It pushed my player knowledge because I couldn't do geography anymore. I had to do clubs.
Oh, yeah.
They were clubs.
Yep.
And so I was like, where is everybody? You know, like on a map. But yeah, you're right. That really got me. Plus, there were so many games.
Yes.
Yeah, and you guys traveled down there, right?
We did go down there. That was a fun time.
It was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Oh,
I wanted to go so bad.
It was really fun.
So speaking about watching basketball, how has the game changed for you now as a fan watching?
You know, there's gratitude that it is where it is. You know, of course you could always look back and be like, oh, I wish. But I think that there's like two sides to every coin. Like, I'm glad that it's getting the attention and traction that it is. I also wish that we had some of that, you know, but also at the same time, I'm like, if I was on Instagram when I was in college, it would have been a wrap.
Yeah.
It would not have been good. You know, we didn't have the media literacy. Like, it was not okay, you know?
Totally.
So
we were just
like
dumping the worst photos in the world.
Yeah, you know,
Facebook.
Like BlackBerry Messenger in college for me. So yeah, we're a little bit older, but
yeah.
That's so funny.
I know, and they're really expected too, like even the young players, to have like strong, well-informed opinions about everything.
Yep.
And I'm like, they just got to their first job.
My favorite is Sarah Strong. Like, her family, she's basketball legacy, right?
Yep.
At UConn. But they're like, Sarah, what do you think? She's like, I just want to shoot the basket. She's like a freshman.
She's like, can you leave me alone?
It's like you are literally McDonald's All-American. And she's just like, yeah,
that's so cool.
Oh my
you
God.
know, like, but you do have players like Paige, you know, who's very outspoken, but like players like that are really like once in a lifetime. Not necessarily like, because there's more than that, but you know, it's they're more the exception than the rule. You know, a lot of players just want to go out there and play and focus on the game, and like aren't really like too worried about, like, I think about Sloot all the time, you know, because I came up with her, like we're still really good friends, and I'm just like, you have such a great personality, and like, you know, people don't really know much about her. She doesn't really like always get to like showcase it a lot. So it was really cool seeing her on the Liberty, because they just do a lot of content, you know, so she ends up in that, and she's making jokes and doing those kinds of things, you know, but not everybody likes that. Not everyone wants to post all the time. Not everyone wants to be in the camera all the time. So, you know, there is like this like air of like, you know, these people don't really want to like be put into this spotlight. They just want to play basketball.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good mix. And I think, the Sloot is a good example too of like, especially like queer players like getting the platform. I really like appreciate, and we like want that, because like the reason we started this is we don't need to talk about CC Caitlin all the time. There's about 50 other players that we could talk about who don't get any of the airtime, any of that. And like, as a culturalist of loving basketball, it's like we want to talk about that, like with the players who have worked, or, you know, what are you tearing up over Sanaya Rivers, like little montage, you know, earlier?
I was like, they just look so good together.
I was like, oh my God.
Here she goes.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that rant, but
no, I think it's nice to see, like, it's just, it's nice to see that kind of different, I don't know. It's good that there's different people who like doing different things that are all in the league. So you have the ones that are like, yes, I'm straight to camera, like I think of Courtney, like podcast with my dad. Now I'm Stud Buds, like just like a content machine.
Yes, literally.
And then also the basketball, of course. And then you have other ones like, Jackie Young, who's like, hey. And
I know.
I actually don't want to talk at all, ever.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wait, I did have a question too, because we said as a fan, but like, how was your transition from player to coach, or like to scouting different people, going through all those videos? Like, how did that work as far as informing who you were looking for, what you were looking for with new players and recruitment?
Yeah, I think being a player, so I think the superpower for us at Gonzaga was that, we didn't have any like we didn't have a Candace Parker or, a DT or anybody like that, right? Like we were just us, and we really liked each other a lot. Like we had great chemistry. In the way that it kind of reminds me of like how the Seattle Storm are now, yes. Or even the Valkyrie, like they have all the pieces, they're like putting them together and they just work well. And that mattered more than like anybody's name at Gonzaga. So I think for me, it really kind of muddied the waters when I'm recruiting, because I'm sitting here looking at kids and I'm like, yeah, you're good, but like you don't even try on defense. Like what does it matter if you can score in buckets if you get scored on in buckets, like
it wasn't just about the stats for you. You're like looking at fitting it together with
fitting it together,
like who can be a part of
extra
a team
stuff too. It's not even just like, are you diving on the floor for a loose ball, but are you going to help your teammates up? Are you clapping for your teammates when you're sitting on the bench because maybe you're having a bad game, but you still have to show up, like the same way you want your team to show up for you when you're having a good game. So I feel like those intangibles really matter to me as a coach. And like a lot of the kids that like I'm around, like my nephew, he's becoming a really good basketball player. He's going into his freshman year, and we talk about those things all the time. Like, yes, like I get it, like you're frustrated you missed your shot, but that's okay. Get back on defense. Like missing a shot only affects you if you let it get in your head. And then it's like, now I'm thinking about that and I'm not focused on defense, and my next shot I'm thinking about missing the shot, so I'm probably gonna miss again. But it's like, it has no direct correlation to the very next thing that you do. It's just a missed shot. That's why, when people like Alicia Gray say shoot or shoot, even after having a bad game, and she puts up 12 shots anyways, like shoot or shoot, because at some point the ball's going to fall,
No, that's so true.
That's really good from sports psychology standpoint. I think I definitely could have used that in my high school. I played volleyball, and I have an attachment disorder anyway. I'm always like, don't leave me. But I feel that with, in sports as well. I'd be thinking about it the whole time, and it would really pull focus.
I know. I play tennis, and so, you fault, and if you're double faulting in a serve, like, no. Like, that's all mental when you're just you and the ball.
Exactly.
So
it's hard though. It's like every other muscle. You have to practice it, like it's really hard to let something go, like, and just be like, oh, okay, that happened. We're over it. I messed up. Coach pulled me out. Like, next time I go in, I just move on, don't hang on to it. It's not easy.
Okay. Well, I want to talk a little bit about your designs and your work you're doing with sewing, if you don't mind, just because I'm our expert tunnel fit person. I talk a lot about fashion, but can you?
I'm not great at fashion, but I did watch you do some cool stuff to jeans that I was really into.
Yeah. Can you tell us about your process, or like what you're currently making, maybe? Or?
Yeah. So right now I'm just working on a lot of different types of samples. I really love working on denim. It's just a lovely fabric, a lovely material. I'm really all in on denim. So I've patterned and sampled a couple different pairs of like jeans. I'm right now getting a lot of requests to make like jorts, which is great. I love upcycling things, using those scraps for something else. So that's a lot of fun too. The wide leg or the flared pants are in. So, I'm adding a lot of flares. I'm adding a lot of like inseam space and like skinny jeans and stuff like that, like things people no longer want but they're still usable. Or they're just like, oh, do whatever you want with this. I'm like, okay, I'll make a tote bag or whatever, like, okay, just finding different ways to like work with stuff. But yeah, honestly, when I'm making things, I'm just kind of trying to think like, what can I do that's like a little bit different or a little bit fun. you know, and with some of the things I'm really kind of like locking that in. Like you'll start to see, like I'll probably post something today, but like I produced a runway show yesterday for my friend Dan, and my fiance and one of our best friends does makeup. And they were both like, we want to wear some jorts, like blah, 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 whatever. So I like to do a double back pocket. So I add it on the back, and I always add like my S logo on it. And yeah, so they were like super excited about it. And you'll see the jeans with the double back pocket with the S on it. It's one of my favorite things.
Wow, I feel like, first of all, working with denim as a fashion, that you have to have passion if you're doing that. Because that's not
rough.
Easy.
No.
That's like wild. So, okay, that tells me already your playing style of basketball. Everything you're going hard on.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then upcycling, another not easy thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have the patience to imagine putting those pieces together. That's so cool, though. Wow, we need more of that. But it takes time.
Yeah. It does. It takes a lot of time, but you kind of just get in the groove.
Yeah.
I'm really lucky. Like my mentor is Dan, and she does a lot of the sustainability stuff. She's always finding like really cool, unique materials and finding ways to like work them in or like dyeing them and making them something completely new. But in Seattle, we have a lot of like really conscious designers who do a lot of that stuff too. Like watching them, following them, being in community with them has really taught me to be like more resourceful and more thoughtful about those kinds of things. I mean, just because it doesn't fit or we can no longer wear it, or maybe there's a couple holes, like doesn't mean that it's not useful in another way, you know?
I love that. I did actually a test shoot with someone here, and yeah, there was a piece by Dan that we ended, like, the model ended up buying.
Ooh,
no, really,
okay.
It was amazing. No, I love their pieces.
Yeah.
So. That's
amazing.
Awesome.
Have you always like sewn or like been into fashion, or how did that journey start?
Yeah, I think I've always been into fashion. I've always loved like clothes, but yeah, I just randomly one day was like, I think I want to learn, and Dan was like, okay, like come take my next beginner's class, and I was like, okay, and then from there was history. I not to toot my own horn, but I learned really quickly. So yeah, I think I made my first pair of jeans from scratch like within 6 months of learning how to sew, and like even Dan was like, what the heck, like that's crazy.
That's amazing.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I kind of hyperfixate on things.
Well, welcome to the club. We can all raise our hands. Okay, so speaking about fashions, do you feel like anyone's killing it in the tunnel? Like, I'd love to hear kind of your faves of if you have any.
Yeah. Oh man, faves. I love Tip Hayes style. Tiffany Hayes is always killing it.
I see that synergy.
Yeah, and the brand is there. The brand is fire. So I love that. Skylar, you can't go wrong. I really love that Alicia's like finding her style. I love it gives like you know, millennials, you know how we used to go to the club and like business casual. It gives that, but like elevated, you know, like classy, very stylish. So it makes sense for somebody who's like our age that like that's where we feel most comfortable, you know. I love those. I think Sanaya's great. Man, there's so many. I love Erica's style, Eweezy. Honestly, the Storm be fitted, job. You know. Yeah, Neck could be coming there looking clean. You got Lexi. Okay, Lexi's always fresh.
That's true.
So
wow, it's so nice. We have such a veteran team too. You know, like Neck has been doing this forever.
Oh, is it? Is it so nice?
Oh, I'm so sorry. We have a Sparks fan.
But you know what?
We have
Rakia and Cameron. They put that shit on. Okay.
Rakia.
I can cuss here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
For
okay.
sure.
Yeah. They be putting that shit on.
Rakia
okay.
looks so good all
Ray
the time.
Burrell.
I keep saying
so Ray Burrell, I love the effort, love it, but there's just a moment, sometimes it's like trying, love it, Ray, but I don't think I've had that moment with her yet.
Okay.
And I'm there for it. It's funny, on the orange carpet this weekend, they were like, she's always doing vintage, and then they made her say who her inspos were on the thing. I was like, damn, Ray can't ever get her own moment.
No.
And I'm one of them. I can't even get it to her. But yeah, no. Oh yeah, she's trying. I just think sometimes we're just missing a little something, but we're getting there.
Cam, lately, the shoulder pads are getting wider and the shorts are coming up. And that's what I've noticed. Every game, I'm like, we're going out, we're going up.
Out and
that's
up.
the silhouette. So I don't know when it's going to stop or change, but big shoulder pads.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And the other one I can't leave out is Sydney Colson.
Oh yeah.
Her partner is her stylist,
Amadi.
and Amadi does an amazing job.
Yes.
Amadi does an amazing job.
No, yeah, Sid and Sid could do many different aesthetics, which is really nice to see someone experiment, more femme, more matte. Like it's really nice.
Yeah.
I think it's hard sometimes too to style like such a comedic personality, because it's also like, I don't know. Like, what mood is she gonna be in? Who's she gonna be talking to? Like the way she talks to the reporters in the tunnel walk. Sometimes she does it twice.
Yeah,
like,
she's like, wait, you guys didn't get that good enough. Let me go. I know you didn't. Let me go again real quick.
Yeah,
I know. Or she's like, we're playing Dallas. I'm wearing cowgirl. Like, it's just so good.
Yeah.
Okay, those are great answers. We love.
Yes.
But didn't you have you had an experience with like helping a player recently? With
Yeah. So Erica Wheeler, from our beloved Seattle Storm, obviously. Actually, I got a text from a mutual friend. So I grew up with Casey, who is our Seattle Storm in-game host.
Yeah.
One of them. And a mutual friend of ours was like, hey, Casey gave me your number. Like, we're having an emergency. We really need this fixed by tomorrow. Erica's leaving for All-Star Weekend. And it's like, at this point, like 4 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you're like, this is going to be my whole night.
Yeah. It's like 4 p.m. I have to work in the morning. There's the Storm Camp game, which is one of my favorite games ever. But there's a Storm Camp game at noon.
Oh yes, this was last week.
Yeah,
last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I got to figure out a way to finish this, because the easiest thing is to just hand it off at the game, right? So yeah, I get it. Have Erica come to my studio, put it on, try it on, and then like fix it. So it was a little difficult, because you like fixing somebody else's mistakes is hard, because you have to like really like look at how they put something together as well. And then you want to salvage as much as you can. Like, it could be easy to just like cut it out and like do it that way, but it's like they've already altered this jersey, so like I don't want to lose more material.
Yeah.
So it was definitely tough.
I think like we've got a good flow going, but I feel like I would love to know like, how did you start in sports as a kid? Like, what do you have early childhood memory of like?
Actually, yeah, I do.
Okay.
So my mom is 6'1", but non-athletic. Okay. So everyone assumes I get my athleticism from my mom because she's very tall. That's not the case. My dad is 5'9". I get my athleticism from him, but I thank her for the height. So it works out.
Yeah.
But we weren't really into sports or anything like that. Like, my mom was a single mom. There were 4 of us, so like she just didn't have the money or the time to be working full time, getting us from ABC, whatever. And one day I was playing tetherball at our little like neighborhood park, and like some new folks had moved in, and they're like, oh, you're tall, oh, you should come play basketball with us. And they're like, at this point, like my older cousins, we're family now because I've known them for so long and we're still close and everything. But yeah, I first learned how to play basketball in their driveway. And like, I just loved it. They were both so passionate about it. Both of them, 2 women. Like, they played at that time in junior high, I think, or maybe it was high school. But it was just really cool to like have them like take me under their wing, But I have memories of like running around, like carrying the ball like it's a football and like trying to throw it up,
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, and then them being gone from the house and I'm just over at their driveway, like just shooting hoops, like just doing my thing. And yeah, so I started playing, I think, when I was like 8 years old. That's when I started like getting interested in it. My mom was like, okay, we'll put you in sports. At this point, she had a little bit more time. One of my brothers was in high school, so it was easier. Yeah, that was what started it for me.
Wow.
And I just loved it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, we're kind of a nostalgia kind of podcast as well, because we like to talk about, is there also like a sports moment in history? Like, we love 1996 Olympics, or, like, was there anything also that inspired you that way?
That's tough. That's really tough. I was always really drawn to Candace Parker. I just thought like what she was doing when she was in high school was so cool. I had her slam cover up on my wall. I had posters of her. I had like my dad had mailed me newspaper clippings about her like dunking and like
so cool.
the McDonald's All-American game and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So like I think Candace Parker was really like pivotal for me.
Yeah.
And also Simone Augustus. Like it was really cool to see like women elevated to that level in sport. And for me, I was like, wow, that's super cool. I mean, it was cool to see women on equal playing field because like for me, I grew up in an area where like we didn't have very many women's teams in Bremerton at the time, and I don't know if they still do, but like I played club basketball with my brother who was 2 years older than me. Like I was in 6th grade playing up with 8th grade boys.
Whoa, AAU?
No, it was just club.
Oh, club.
It was just
Okay,
club. So
okay.
it was like local teams from around the little towns and stuff. And yeah, so like Marvin Williams, who went to UNC and he was a 15-year NBA vet. Like he was on my team growing up. Like,
Oh my
yeah, like I
gosh.
grew up with him. I was there when he had his first dunk, and
Oh my God,
like before he was
that's
in high school.
crazy.
Like I was playing with these guys, you know, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I just grew really tough skin because like nobody wanted to be beat by a girl, but they all knew that like Deshaun's little sister was gonna come to play and they better show up because I'm competitive and scrappy and I didn't like to lose. I'm an Aries. I'm very competitive. So,
Okay.
you know, it was one of those things where, you know, I was always in a space where like basketball wise, like the guys have always respected me. But I didn't always see that on the national level. So those moments with Simone and Candace were like really pivotal to me. Like, okay, people are starting to get it. People are seeing that like women can ball too, you know?
Yeah.
Yes. And it seems like now people are also still starting to get it, right? With the new viewership. I'd
Yep.
love to hear your thoughts with the, the CBA is happening right now.
Yeah.
What are you feeling like, especially just as people call it demands? I'm like, they're not demands, they're actually just equal things.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting. So I called it out last year that I thought it was a mistake. The TV deal that the WNBA signed. It's too long and it's too little money
Yes.
for that amount of time and the expected growth and the growth that just has happened since the inception of the WNBA. It was just dumb in my opinion. I also think that like whether it's women's college basketball or the WNBA, like I think for so long they've kind of been like looking for the right thing that they've almost been settling for stuff, you know? Like people are like, oh, nobody watches women's basketball. And like I shouldn't say the only reason, but one of the reasons I got drafted is because ESPN owned the rights to the women's NCAA tournament. And instead of putting all of the games on, they're like playing some random D2 boys soccer game on ESPN3, and they have all 4 of the women's games that are happening at the same time on whip around coverage. And our Sweet 16 game against Texas A&M was like a very close game. It was super exciting. So like there was a lot of viewership for that game. Like that's the game that they chose to focus on. So a lot of people who had never seen Gonzaga, never heard of Gonzaga, never heard of me, Courtney, all of us got to see us play in that moment
That's
because
crazy.
ESPN just chose to focus on that game. You know?
Yeah.
When it's like you should be like you own this. Wouldn't you want to put it like out there and
Well,
like create
I go
more
on rants,
demand?
the media planners, everyone. It's like they got the money, they still have the intern doing it versus hiring professionals. Like I could
It's
go all
bad.
day
It's
on
so bad.
integrated marketing. Yeah, it's like okay, we're all here, but let's make the starry shot a little bit more something else. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Okay, and so, I mean, like, what are your thoughts? Do you think we're good? Like, basically, there's a stat: 50% of revenue share for men's. That we call it the MNBA here.
Yep,
And
the
then
MNBA.
for WNBA, I think it's like less than 6%.
Okay.
And do you think that there's a chance we are going to be able to get like a little bit more? You know, we have this player representation. They're wearing the shirts. All-Star game. I want just your opinion in general. Just
Yeah. Honestly, I think that there's a chance. You know, you hear the common thing is like the WNBA doesn't make money. There are a
Right.
lot of NBA teams that don't make money.
Totally.
Maybe the NBA as a whole does, but there are a lot of NBA teams that are in the red.
The
also.
viewership is just
The
also,
viewership's
woo!
down, all of that kind of stuff, right? But the bread and butter of the WNBA is its players, is their personalities, is their game. and they do such a good job of marketing themselves. They deserve some of that.
Totally.
They deserve a lot more of that, you know, because there's no reason that, you know, they're out here every night building community, signing autographs, saying hi to like families and taking pictures and doing all this stuff. And then people are going out and buying their jerseys because this one interaction they had with the player. Oh, they're so nice. They're so kind to my kids. They took pictures with us. I love them. I want to represent them. And they don't see any of that or
it's
this
a classic
much.
Thing. Women could do it all, right?
Yeah.
Must do it all, like you know, and it's like, oh yeah, mothers are playing,
right?
You know?
Literally, moms.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I definitely think like they should be making a lot more money off their own likenesses, you know, and I think that's just it, you know. I think there's a lot more opportunity for like advertising and marketing that we've been seeing them. Like I'm walking in Pike Place and I see like a big sign Delta with like Brianna Stewart and like a couple other players, and I'm like, oh, that's a huge poster and I love that for them, you know. But I'm like, also part of that's a WNBA deal, not
Totally.
with those players, which, you know, like why aren't they seeing a part of that, you know? Because those marketing dollars, like that, a lot of money comes in from those businesses.
I have a feeling we could do a whole nother episode on NIL.
Yep.
Yeah, because I love that.
People are there for them.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, so we're just going to play a quick game.
Oh, gosh.
Shot clock.
Okay.
We're basically going to ask you a question and the time of the shot clock.
Oh, okay.
All right. We do a lot of chaotic ones for us. We'll keep it clean.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, whose jersey would you want to like smell the sweat off of? We'll keep it chill.
Sometimes we go, okay.
I'm not afraid.
Ooh, love
okay,
that.
Great. Well, here's our first one.
Okay.
All right. Who's your starting lineup?
Ooh, Asia, Paige. If I have those two, I'm going Skylar because the intensity is crazy. Gabby, for sure. I love the way she's shown up this year. Oh, man. I don't know. Who's my 4? That's tough. Or I should say, who's my 5? We're going all storm here. NECA.
Ooh. I think that went in while it was like red around.
Yeah. I released it before the light went red.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll count that one.
Okay. All right.
Cool. Great lineup.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Okay. You've been a coach.
Okay. Yes.
You have to coach a team. It's co-coaching. You're both the head coach with one of the coaches either passed over by the WNBA or currently in it. Who is your coaching partner and why? Go.
Well, that's easy. Lisa Leslie.
Okay.
Lisa Leslie. I mean, she has a great basketball mind. She knows what she's doing. She's a developer. I love to see like the work that she's doing with Angel. And I mean, I've met her a couple of times, and she's just got this great personality. She's very humble. She's very welcoming, and I think a lot of the players need that kind of guidance when they're coming in.
Ahead of the shot clock.
Ahead of it.
Excellent.
I like
I locked
you
in.
Added that passing by since she has been passed by.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is going to be
good.
Because they're, given apparently some of the personal trainer, random Dallas coach.
Yeah.
I'm like such a hater.
Listen, I could rant about this forever because... Listen, it's giving nepotism, but in a weird way.
In a weird way.
In a very weird way. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Oh, I don't like it.
I'm like, what do you and Kurt got going on?
Yeah.
I know. I watch
that you're following him around everywhere he goes.
All those compilations of the players looking shady next to him. I'm like, oh gosh.
I mean, the fact that your rookie player has to step in at a press conference and be like, we can say complimentary things about our player when they're having a hard game, and he like. The answer was just terrible, and Paige was so fed up. You could see it in her eyes, and she's like, well, anyways, I thought that she did this well in spite of that, because the game of basketball is more than just putting up shots, right? And whether they go in or out. And
oh yeah, no, I talked about I can't. Anyway, I want to end on a higher note for this. So where can people find you on social?
Yeah.
Where, if you want to plug, please.
Yeah. If you want to talk basketball, you can find me on Threads. That's usually where I'm talking basketball and most like communicative there. And that's VZWho. And then my Instagram is VZWho. That's where I try to post more of my design stuff, but creating content is hard. because you actually have to follow through and edit things. I have plenty of footage. The editing is the hard part, you know?
Oh, we understand that content part. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And if you want to follow the pod, I promise we will start putting episodes back out. But it's You, Me, and Them podcast on Instagram and as well as YouTube and all of those other platforms. And we have 3 great episodes out. So
awesome.
Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you both for having me. This was great. Thank you guys
Yeah.
again for having me.
All right, athletic department. We'll see you next week.